We love the Lake District, and it's so good to be back in Cumbria enjoying this beautiful location. Welcome back to the second part of our first ever trip in our new NV200 camper car. Today the weather started out grey and cold, and then it just got worse. Carol likes geocaching, and somebody has been chasing her to place a coin she found in a geocache so that it can be moved on. Because the NV200 is so small, we can pull over and park anywhere, so it's easy to find geocaches.
Oh, chased for any others I've got.
Oh, nice cup of coffee. I bet you were impressed with our little green bin bag. There now follows a typical camper van conversation.
Wear the pants you got on or do another day. What's your last
Video. Will my pants do another day?
Yeah.
More to the point, will your pants do another day?
I can easily do loads of days.
When you're in a tiny van, every little space really counts. So we don't take a lot of clothes with us, and yes, we wear our clothes longer than we would at home. And it makes sense, because who wants to do a lot of washing on a trip like this when you're constantly moving on, and you don't want wet clothes hanging up in the van as you drive around.
Continue straight.
This is why we bought an NV200. These roads are tiny, incredibly steep, and I wouldn't dream of coming up here in my Volvo XC60 towing a caravan. So the NV200 allows us to reach places we've never been able to reach before, and that means it's an adventure, and it's why it's so much fun. Look at this tiny track on the right. We're going straight on, but now I am able to go down there if I want to. Well, the clouds are really beginning to roll in now, and it looks like we're about to drive off the edge of the world. We have no idea where we're staying tonight. We're just going to keep an eye open for somewhere suitable to wild camp. Here comes a bale of hay for the animals. This is Wast water, 274 feet deep. It's the deepest lake in England. And I'm thinking that tonight we might wild camp at the very end of the lake. In 1976, a man called Peter Hogg murdered his wife and dropped her body in this lake. He knew it was the deepest lake in England, but what he didn't know was that where he dropped her was only 34 meters deep. In 1983, The lake was searched for the body of a missing French student. During the search, the body of Mrs. Hogg was found. Due to the way the body had been wrapped and the coldness of the lake, it had been perfectly preserved. In his haste to dispose of his wife, Peter Hogg had forgotten to remove her engraved wedding ring. In the end, Peter was sentenced to 4 years for manslaughter, for obstructing a coroner, and perjury. The sign is showing a National Trust campsite up here. I never knew this was here, so let's take a look.
Were you planning on stopping in one of those laybys?
Campsite shop open to
The shop?
all. It's got a
Campsite shop open to
campsite.
all.
The wind is beginning to pick up and it's really starting to blow these trees now. So it would be good if we can find somewhere to stay. So we're going to take a look in here, I think.
What's that say? Oh, that's just a plant. What's that sign saying that? Looks like it's got a tent sign on it. Members Park Green.
There's a lot of building work going on, so I'm not quite sure if the campsite is open or not. But this is obviously just a car park for walkers.
Is that motorhome up there?
At this stage of the trip, we're still pretty new to the concept of wild camping, and can be a little bit spooky when you haven't done it before.
There's no signal here.
What's the plan? Well,
So, can't stay here for free for all night.
not right by this
In
there's
this
a
car
campsite
park.
here.
No,
Oh, have we got signal? or not?
no.
No signal.
Well, I haven't, you might
Let's
have.
see. No, nor have I.
It's windy. That'll be a roof down. Bloody
They
hell.
would.
Bloody hell. Maybe it's just because we're at the head of the lake.
I repositioned the car out of the wind and set about making our evening meal, as it was my turn to cook. We cook very simple meals in the camper. So tonight it's potatoes, sausages, sprouts, onions and baked beans. In the end, we didn't stay here, and I moved the van further down the lake and parked in the only lay-by that didn't have a no camping sign. What's this place called?
Whitehaven,
We're in Whitehaven
on the hunt for breakfast.
on the hunt for breakfast. We save money by wild camping, so we like a nice breakfast in the morning. We do talk to each other, but it's a good opportunity also to get a Wi-Fi signal and do some catching up. There's some interesting history in Whitehaven. In 1778, it was the location of the only hostile attack by America on the United Kingdom. A man called John Paul Jones led a team of American sailors to spike the guns in the port. If you think we're walking along the top of this, you got another thing coming. Everything looks really pretty in this early morning sun, but it's pretty cold and there's a biting wind.
Choppy.
Okay, I think that's enough for now. Join us next time for our continuing adventures in our little NV200 camper car.